thank you everybody for joining me on this wonderful Monday. This light is a little bit obnoxious. Um, gonna hang out for a moment since there's only a select few of you in attendance here. This is gonna be a relatively brief. Ooh, I got a nice hair. A relatively brief stream because we're just announcing the winner of the sticker contest. But wanted to thank everybody who participated, who purchased stickers, who commented on the video, who consumed extra fresh, pardon me, in some way or another. That is pretty awesome of you. So just wanted to put that out there. Those of you guys who are watching right now, what's up? Thanks so much for joining. So yeah, let's chill for a little bit. I want to make sure that everybody kind of arrives who wanted to be here. So since we've only been live for less than a minute now, I'm just gonna hang out for a few. But yeah, thanks so much for joining. Hope everyone's having a good Monday. It's certainly not the best weather in the world, being that it is winter, among other things, but that's okay. Yeah. Hoping the stream quality is pretty good on everyone's end over here. Like I said, this is going to be kind of brief. What's up, guys? Play some scales on the keyboard. I don't even think I have Ableton open, so can't really play anything quite yet. Maybe I can hold something up here. Yeah, so how's everyone's day? It's all good, I hope. It's a little strange having a conversation with a group of people who can only respond via text, but that's dope. Hey, how did everybody enjoy Extra Fresh, by the way? It was definitely a good time for me making that track. So I hope everybody out there likes it, but everybody seems to have, not everybody, but most of you seem to have enjoyed it somewhat, so that's very dope. Yeah, I don't even know what I'm saying here. It's very awkward. It's like I'm talking to myself, but yeah. Alrighty, guys. I'm just gonna put on a little tune here. Hey, if you guys don't follow me on Spotify already, definitely make sure you do. That would be a very nice thing. Just go to Spotify and search Birocratic, or it's in the description, probably in this video as well. If you go to the description of the live stream, it should be in there, and then you guys can throw me a follow, which is awesome. Pop on music here. You guys hopefully are familiar with this track. Anyway, let's go through. Actually, you know, I'm gonna go to my playlist over here on Spotify. Yeah, there we go. Alright, perfect. Come on. There we go. Alrighty, guys. So, thank you all for joining once again. It's Bureaucratic. I've got some nice stray hairs going on. Everything's fine. Everything's good. It's a happy Monday, if you ask me. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. And yeah, so we are here announcing the sticker winners. Sticker contest winner. There's only one. Now, if you recall, the winner of the sticker caption contest, or tagline contest, is going to be the proud recipient, pardon me, of this lovely little guitar pick here. It's a YouTube logo, and I signed the back. So shouts to the winner, which I will announce very shortly. Yeah, so so this is what's up. So I had a bunch of taglines submitted, which is really awesome, of everyone to participate. I'm gonna pull up the video now and just kind of read through the comments, because they were pretty fantastic. All right, let's go newest comments. All right. Ocean Manoff kills 99.9% of bad vibes. Pretty good one, actually. That was recent. That was 22 hours ago. Good stuff. So Clara Watiz says, get your ear holes a deeper clean. Nothing better for your hygiene. Use a few drops of Extra Fresh and get to meet paradise in the flesh. That was actually really creative as well. I'm I'm a fan of the poem format. That was definitely somewhat unique among the entries. I don't think most of them went for the full poem, but that's the kind of thing that could be a full jingle. You could almost you know, have a choir. Anyone ever see like the 1-800-EMPIRE commercials, like the Empire Flooring? I'm kind of imagining a chorus of voices singing out that poem there. That's a good one as well. Let's see. Rugain's Floridor. No idea if that's how you pronounce it. Says, I wash my brain with Biro, TM, trademark. God damn. That's pretty awesome. Alright. Izzy Gibson. Funk So Fresh it takes you back to the 12th of September. In parentheses, reference to Earth, Wind, and Fire. I could be wrong, but I believe that the song talks about the 21st night of September. That's okay. We're gonna let that one fly. Nice. Okay, thank you, Izzy. Let's see. Someone complains about calling the number and it didn't direct them on how to get themselves some of the earhole cleaner. Get exposed, nerd. Well, I won't be having that. No name calling for me. I see you, Izzy. Let's see here. Face the day with a confident clean of Extra Fresh. It puts the funk in and knocks the stank out. Big fan of the stank reference there. It's one of my favorite words, as it is. That is Alice Krallis, I suppose. She also comments, Extra Fresh will leave you feeling minty from ear hole to booty hole. That's a little bit dirty. Don't know if I can put that in my next video, but I appreciate it. Alright, let's see what else. The smooth, chemically combined formula of pure refreshing BEATS flushes out the old lingering scents and sensations of that old trap and lets in a new prospect for listening enjoyment. That's from Ben Sauter. That was an interesting one. I'm not sure. That's good. There's a lot of density in the words there. I'm not sure. Not sure exactly what it means, but thank you, Ben, for that. We got Benjamin Federal. Non-child-proof groove screw cap lets your whole family experience the power of alcohol. Adult supervision recommended. That's some good shit. Pardon me. That's some very good stuff. That actually really tickles my funny bone in a way. Good job, Benjamin. He also says, is Zesty Surprise the name of your next track? If I'm right, do I win double stickers? He had already ordered them at this point. I was not able to afford him double stickers, and I cannot comment on what the name of the next track is going to be, so unfortunately there's nothing that I can really say there, but Ben, great tagline. You're definitely in the honorable mentions for sure, if not, well, I don't want to say you're the winner yet because we have some more ground to cover. Alright, Platonic Gaming comments, Extra Fresh is here to cleanse your ears and soul. It's a very good one. Very good. It's on the generic side of things, but that's quite okay. Let's see. Your songs are so fire, I nearly turned into a volcano. Thanks, Sean Mooney Beats. That's interesting. Probably wouldn't use that to advertise mouthwash, but that said, we can run with it. I appreciate the compliment, is really what I should say. Luke Stilson comments, tagline, so fresh, it's dirty. Well, not really sure how that is supposed to work itself out, but I appreciate it. You know, I'd like to think that it's very clean, you know, but that's just me. We got Bacon Donutty. This is like a full paragraph here. Ever felt that cool gust of softly blowing wind under a shady tree as the sun somberly whispers himself to sleep, and you take that long last sip of your cold beverage in reverence and let it soak in? Wouldn't you love a product that made you feel that way all the time? Well, you're in luck, pally, because Birocratic's Extra Fresh is just what you need. Made with alcohol technology. There's a read more because it's too long. Extra Fresh has a bottle design as ergonomic as a Concorde. That's a supersonic jet. And a freshness you just can't beat. Your ear holes will be singing and your mouth shining, so pick up this banger and tell Mr. Sun he can stay just a little longer. Frankly, that's awesome. And I have to comment on the fact that Bacon Donutty has an image of Dr. Steve Brule as his avatar, or her avatar. Gotta mention that I take some of my inspiration from the humor of said Dr. Steve Brule. And this is actually While not a tagline per se, this is really a full advertisement. I mean, I could imagine this in like an email, like a newsletter. This is a very good one as well, and if nothing else, this gets an honorable mention because it made me laugh the first time I read it. So thank you, Bacon Donutty. All right, let's see. Prepare yourself as you dive down deep headfirst into a refreshing layer of twang and shake. Lose your breath as the bass around you grounds your feet. Microscopic waveform technology penetrates all the gunk and grum. Ew, nasty, look at all of that grum. Listen closely as Birocratic Extra Fresh washes away even the toughest of that filth, leaving you with a clean awakening. Well, thank you very much, Alan. Just Alan, one name. That is a very creative one. I'm a big fan of some of your word choice. Pretty solid stuff. All right, Extra Fresh gives me that fresh as balls feeling, as the kids would say. Kids would not say this. I have to censor this, as a matter of fact. Like taking a warm, milky bath while watching 1 million butterflies ascend from dew-covered morning grass as the sun rises. It's literally just like standing under a waterfall of eargasms, cleansing my soul of all that is not fresh. That's some heavy stuff. That's like scripture level description. I'm really truly impressed. That's Arthur Grin Jr. Who commented that. Thank you, Arthur Grin. I'm floored, flabbergasted, as one would say. You could say that. Stefan Blush, nice and simple, but frankly, I love this one. Less gunk, more funk. Truly a fan of that, to be honest. That is top 2. If not least because less gunk, more funk is a fantastic tagline specifically. Because remember, the point of this was to show up in the top right or in the top left of the next infomercial video, featured rather in this like sort of text bubble. So because that is so concise and because it is so awesome, I might have to go with less gunk, more funk. We'll see though. There's more ground to cover. Okay, eclectic music. Don't know where this came from. Hit me with your pet shark. Why don't you have a eargasm with Extra Fresh? Put fire away. Not really sure what that's all about. Tagline. When I used Birocratic's Extra Fresh, I was left with automatic, dramatic, ecstatic clean. My roommate just got home. Hi, Jenny. I'm live right now. Come crash my live stream.
Hi.
And ruin it. Just ruin it.
I'm doing great.
You're doing great. You're doing great. I had to break character there for a second. I apologize, everyone. Jenny's great. She's back from her spa day. Spa day. Okay. Where were we? Richard Barbaros. When I used Birocratic's Extra Fresh, I was left with automatic, dramatic, ecstatic, clean. That's a lot of addicts, which is great because that rhymes with my name. So, excellent job there. Artistic. Fresh feeling that can only be described as fantastic. Another one. Get yourself a bottle of Extra Fresh now. It is a classic. These are... This is probably five rhymes. That's fantastic. Another poem-like tagline that I'm a big fan of. Very creative there. Okay. Here's another nice long one. This is paragraph form. Also, hello everybody that I've been neglecting while I read these. Thank you very much for tuning in to me reading a bunch of YouTube comments. I hope you're having a great time and a wonderful Monday afternoon. Or whatever time of day it is. It's afternoon in New York City. Time zones are not, something that I consider terribly frequently, so. All right, let's go move on to 1A, who comments, when you wake up in the morning after cracking a cold one with the boys. We had to go there. Your ears can be left feeling in a state of uncrispiness. That's true. That's true. In such a scenario, Extra Fresh delivers that polar punch you so desire. Extra Fresh takes immediate effect by replacing the wax-filled fumes of your ears With sax-chilled tunes, that's a good one. That's like an internal rhyme there if this were a rap verse. Sax-chilled tunes that you can so clearly hear. After experiencing the Arctic adrenaline of Extra Fresh, you'll be left feeling frosty, and everyone will desperately seek your newfound coolness. Pick up Extra Fresh today, only $18.99 at your local discount store. It's actually an online exclusive, but great job on this one. Some pretty fantastic rhyming, Mr. or Mrs. 1A. Not sure the person behind the account, but that's a really good one. I'm gonna give you a thumbs up because I didn't give you a thumbs up yet. Ooh, and at the bottom we have a disclaimer here from 1A. Warning, always read the label. Germs and severe conditions may apply. Smart. You're covering yourself legally by putting in that disclaimer. That's very intelligent. All right, tagline: Extra Fresh, the minty burn that people crave. Certainly aware of a minty burn from a certain product made by Listerine. That might be what that's referring to. Now, my Extra Fresh formula is very different. So let's get something straight, okay? Let's see here. Oh, and Cat in the Box. She noticed that this video it reminded her a bit of Tim and Eric. Spot on. Go figure that one out. I'm, big fan. Okay. Next up, we got Play and Drop Q with the tagline, have you ever wondered what it feels like to have your ear holes caressed and tantalized by a sonic miracle? Extra Fresh from Birocratic is exactly the sparkling sun-kissed breeze to freshen up your day, and maybe even your whole life. Extra Fresh, available everywhere now. Alright, we've only got a few more. WTF was that 16? Tired of having ear fear? Boldly listen with your new Extra Fresh Melody Holes. Don't know what that is, but Melody Holes is pretty cool. Might have to name a new song after that. Even after getting 10 of your albums, you're still keeping it extra fresh. Keep it. Oh, that's not even a tag. He meant that for me. My bad. Okay. You know, there's only so many ways to demarcate this tagline stuff. Let's see. Amused Nacho comments, a funky snack for the fanny pack. I don't know who carries a big bottle of mouthwash in their fanny pack. So that's definitely not in the running for winning, but still a smart response, and I appreciate it. Porcupine, Extra Fresh, like lightning to your ears. That's interesting because when I think of lightning, first of all, I think of loud noises that are somewhat unpleasant and make people fearful, especially younger, like children. Oftentimes are afraid of lightning and or thunder. Its sonic manifestation. So I don't know if I really take that as a compliment or would want to describe Extra Fresh as such, but thank you very much for participating, either way. Slang Gems comments, Extra Fresh, because you can never be too fresh. This is true. Definitely true. We'll see. We'll see. Isaac comments, a marinade of misty fresh. So this is going back in time here, folks. We've got some references to some of my old beats from way back when. A marinade of misty freshness that you'll want to let linger in your ear holes for eternity. That's some good stuff right there. I'm flattered by the historical calling forth of music that I made ages ago. Even so many as 4 or 5 years in the past. It's wonderful. Oh, I'm getting a question here from Ivan Glass. Oh God, and it went away. You know what? I don't know if I can do this right now. I've got a few more taglines to read and then I'll be able to answer some questions, so stick around for 2-3 more minutes. Right. Nathaniel T. Smith comments, Extra Fresh feels like millions of baby dolphins gently whispering dank memes into your ear. I don't know how well that's going to translate to every demographic here. You know, the kids are going to get that one, but for example, if I tell my parents about baby dolphins and dank memes, they're not going to have a clue what is going on. So much as that is a funny bone tickler, as they might say, don't know if I can go with that tagline. All right, so good you can drink it. From Dean Barnett. That's pretty dark actually. I like it though. Oof. Extra fresh. Ever wondered what? I can't even say that on. Okay, I'm not gonna say that. That's bad. It was dirty, and then some. There was a bit of a swearing. It wasn't even innuendo. It was just straight explicit. Okay. Sorry, I didn't lay that out in the rules, but not the highest stakes in the world, I guess. Sorry, we got to keep it family friendly. Cannot say that on stream. Okay, Tiglith comments, when I received this product, I opened it, and right immediately, a mellifluous aura with a tad of mint hit my stimuli. That sort of makes sense. Thus bringing me a delightful pleasure. Well, I'm glad. The taste stigmatized me, almost as if it was a summer breeze, but in the winter. Not really sure what that means. I rate this product of excellence 15 out of 3. It's a little overboard, actually. I definitely don't think I can go with that, but I appreciate the effort. Tiglith. Zenrock, here we go, Zenrock. I see you in the comments. I'm gonna read yours aloud now. The moment you've certainly been waiting for. Extra Fresh will leave you with the most fresh of ear holes. It is non-alcoholic. Well, it is alcoholic. Come on, Zenra. It's non-alcoholic and it kills 99% bad tune germs. Although I've come to realize I'm probably not. Oh, and then sorry, the tagline ends there. So it's Extra Fresh will leave you with the most fresh of ear holes. It's non-alcoholic and it kills 99% of bad tune germs. Very, very good effort, Zenrock. I don't know if it's gonna make it into the top 3. But I appreciate it greatly. So thank you so much. Moving along, we have Kristen Foster. Do you shimmy? Do you shake? Listen to Birocratic for that extra fresh shimmy and shake feeling. All right. Sounds good. Dean comments, dentists and ear doctors hate him. Biro has uncovered the secret to, and then like a bunch of spaces, eternal freshness. Word. Dentists and ear doctors hate him. That might be if I advertise this online. If I buy advertising space, say on like the Weather Channel, I would say dentists and ear doctors hate him. That's a good one. Very good one. Extra Fresh is so fresh that after you use it, you gain +5 swag in your life. That's from Meme Toast. I like that. It kind of reminds me of a video game where, say you find an item on the ground or something, you drink it and you get extra stats. +5 swag, as it were. Swag is definitely something I'm going for, but ultimately what I really am looking for is zest. So close, unfortunately no cigar this time around. All I need now is some minty dental floss for my ear holes. Well, I mean, I'm not going to advertise Extra Fresh with some tagline saying that you need something else. That's not how it goes, silly. All right, that might even be the first one. So that is all the taglines, and I've got to whittle it down to my favorite. What? It's time. I am, let's see, I had like 2 or 3 that I was debating for the top, especially in terms of how appropriate they were for the actual tagline, having it in, oh, Iman Bu Sabun. Alright, let me see if I can find yours, man. I'm sorry if I skipped yours. I'm just reading straight from the YouTube comments, so this should have covered everything. But since I apparently missed one, I'm gonna go back. I apologize, my friend. Alright, let's go to recent comments and head on down. An effervescent, here we go, from Imanebu Sabun. I'm hoping that's how I pronounce your name. An effervescent, peppery formula to rid you of undesired earworms. Keep your ears pure and clean for genuine beats only. Word. Effervescent peppery formula. I like that. Peppery reminds me of the time I had a peppercorn stuck in my throat, and I first described it as a zesty surprise, which was fortunately captured on video at one of my concerts that I had in Brooklyn last year, and is also on my YouTube, which is how this whole joke started. So great job picking up on that. I don't know if it's in my absolute top, but big fan of that one as well. So thank you very much, Imane. Alright, I think that was everybody. I really hope so. I did my best to I went through everything in terms of most recent, going all the way back a week on this video here. So if I missed anybody, I will be doing more sticker contests in the future. But I think that should be everybody. So yes, I am going to decide here. Alright, so like I said, I really enjoyed Benjamin Federow's non-child-proof groove screw cap. Lets your whole family experience the power of alcohol. Adult supervision recommended. That's really funny. That's really, really funny. The only detractor is I just don't know if it is the right thing for a tagline per se, because it is a little on the long side. But that's awesome. So maybe there's some way I can incorporate that into the next video. Perhaps. We'll see what I can do. But that was one of my favorite submissions for sure. And then, where are we? I'm just going to go down a little more. We had Stefan Blush with less gunk, more funk. And I think in terms of what's going in the next video, it has to be Stefan Blush with less gunk, more funk. Woo! Yeah, we got the winner, guys. That's it. Because I can see that already in the infomercial. Less gunk, more funk, up at the top. This gleaming text bubble, and you know, indicating that the more you drink or use to wash yourself with, the more funk you're gonna get, and the less gunk, the less other crap you're gonna have in your life. So join me in congratulating Stefan. I'm gonna have those stickers coming out to you very soon with the pic and the little handwritten note. Thanks so much, Stefan. I hope that's how you pronounce your name. Yeah, once again, thank you very much to everyone for participating in this. This is a lot of fun for me. I certainly enjoyed being able to connect with everybody and read the sort of wild, ridiculous, creative things you all had to say. So just because Stefan won doesn't mean that you guys aren't all winners. Just want you to know that, of course. And I just also have to mention, you know, a big thank you for listening and sharing Extra Fresh since it came out a few weeks ago. The response has been awesome. I certainly had a great time making the track and kind of creating the artwork. Pardon me. Also do have to shout out my two friends, Chris Rutledge and Tom Goulet, who made the artwork for the track, for the official video that went on YouTube. They're super talented artists. I'm going to be working with them a lot in the future as well, so expect something pretty similar going forward into the future. So, now that we have crowned the winner, I'm here chilling for a little bit. If you guys have any questions or just kind of want to chat, I'll keep the live stream open for a few more, and yeah, we can go from there. So let me move this a little closer. Just had this on a little tripod here, nice and janky. Also, hey, welcome to my bedroom. A little weird, but a little window into my life here. All right, beautiful. Okay. All right, pancakes or waffles? Pancakes or waffles? Tough. I don't really eat either very much, so I don't know. I guess waffles. They can hold more stuff, but pancakes are great too. Task. Am I planning on coming to the UK anytime soon? Unfortunately, I don't have any plans. It's very hard to book international tours. Of course, I want to. That goes without saying. So as soon as I'm able to, I'm going to be doing tours all over the place. I'm starting with North America, obviously, because it's easier. I have a network here, and it's just a lot more feasible. Okay. Unfortunately, these comments are coming in a little faster than I can keep up with, so I'm going to go over to my desktop and see if I can kind of catch up with them over there. Thanks for your patience. Alrighty. Alrighty. Okay, so I got everything up in the live chat. Beautiful. This is awesome. Okay. What genre do I usually sample? Let me see if I can reply here. Oh, that's not easy. Okay. So what genre do I usually sample? I typically sample from jazz, things that are a little bit more on the orchestral side. I really like lush, strings, horns, that kind of stuff. So generally speaking, the kind of music that has that tends to be like cinematic jazz, a lot of like movie soundtracks from the 60s and 70s and whatnot. I also recently have just been listening to a ton of funk, like more 80s style stuff, as you could probably hear with Extra Fresh. And so definitely going that route recently as well. So more like synth-based, sort of percussive, heavy, syncopated stuff. So I really like that as well. Let's see. So when's the next collaboration with Brock Berrigan? You guys are so funny. Well, thank you. I think actually Brock is a lot funnier than I am. That guy is a riot. Very good friend of mine by now, and very thankful that the internet has brought us together. As far as the next collaboration, we have a couple ideas that we've started together. I think it's funny because we both are so used to producing like completely alone, and we're both very solitary. We don't collaborate too much, so the few times we've gotten together to make music, it ends up being like, yo, I've got this track, and then we send it to the other person, and it's like, yeah, this is like mostly done. I don't even know what I can add to it. So we'll see if we can keep putting our heads together on some new stuff. But right now, nothing concrete, but we'll see. We've got a couple ideas percolating. Let's see. What are 3 artists I grew up listening to? First one I'd shout out is Steely Dan, for sure. They've always been a big influence on me, musically speaking. I just love that they're such a clean, precise, well-engineered studio band at the same time that they incorporate a ton of interesting jazz harmony. And they also inspire like a lot of hip-hop. There's a lot of hip-hop that samples Steely Dan, and yeah, they're just an incredibly important band. Also a really big fan of, let's see, who's someone I should point out. I would say the band Yes, also crazy musicians. Started listening to them again recently, and it's just wild listening to music that you used to like listen to in the car when you were growing up before you could ever listen to music on purpose. And now with streaming, you can just do whatever. So Yes has just got some absolutely insane music. So they're a great one. And then let's see, like more on the funk side. Well, I mean, I gotta shout out a Tribe Called Quest. They kind of got me into making hip hop in general and combining jazz with hip hop. So have to shout them out. Big on them in high school. As well as People Under the Stairs. They were also really big for me getting into hip-hop. Okay. Would I rather fight 1 horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? I'd go for horse-sized duck, just because I would really want to see that. Let's see. WTF was that? So Brock is from, or you're from Lakeville, and Brock, is that Minnesota, I guess? That must be where he did his video shoot. That was a wild music video. Definitely check that out for Celebration Song, one of Brock's latest and greatest tracks. What was I listening to at the age of 7? I mostly grew up on classic rock, so stuff like The Doors, Led Zeppelin, I don't know, Eagles. My parents kind of raised me. And we had a couple classic rock stations nearby to where I was growing up, outside of, like, kind of between Philadelphia and New York. So that's what I was listening to. Have I ever played with a live jazz band? Unfortunately, no. Not in any serious capacity, but I've been thinking, I've actually, like, having dreams about playing with a band again, so hopefully I can put something together in the next few weeks, months, years, who knows. Oh boy. Oh, it just refreshed. There's so many questions. Holy shit. Okay. check out a group called Level 42. I will, for sure. I've definitely heard them, but I will do a deep dive. Okay. Probably a silly question for me. Would you prefer if I stopped saying pretty not smooth so often? I don't mind. Say whatever you like. Fun thing, I discovered your music around 4 years ago because the only song on my laptop was Swing Low and no idea where I got it. That's pretty remarkable. I have no idea where you got it either and why it would be the only song on your computer, but cool. That's pretty awesome. All right. Lemuel Williams says, I want to start making music like you one day. What are the essentials? Honestly, patience is number one. You know, obviously you need some sort of software that's going to be the vehicle for you to make beats. And then I make beats using a lot of samples usually. So, you know, you have to have some sort of direction in terms of what you want to make your music sound like. But basically all you really need there is inspiration, and then do a little legwork in finding out how the people that inspired you made their music. And I guess that I'm in that position too, but you know, the basics are you find a sample, you can chop it up or you take a loop and you add some drums, and that's how hip-hop was born, essentially. So, you know, everyone kind of has their own spin on that process and their own tendencies that they like to, you know, switch things up and add some more interesting elements, but that's kind of the basics of it. And it just comes down to patience and practice and getting better over time, because I certainly was not good when I started out, but you know, it takes a little while for you to develop, you know, your sound, and that really only happens through repetition. So, yeah. Let's see. I'm a little lost here. Oh boy. How do I come up with the titles of my tracks? I just make them up. Some of the hardest to name, I would say honestly Disco Dan, Adjust to Suburban Life. I don't think that song made sense to me as a track until I came up with the title, and then it suddenly like dawned on me like, oh yeah, this is the vibe of the track, and so I kind of made it, sculpted it around the attitude of that title. But yeah, basically just try to be a little bit goofy with it, and just think about like what it represents to me. And sometimes I just have like a working title when I'm making the track before it's done and I don't really know what the vibe is, and that ends up being the final name of the track. And sometimes I work with the track and it gets finished and it's got this working title, and then I just change it completely based on, you know, I've got this idea in my head for a title that I've wanted to put on a song for a while, so I'm just gonna put it on this one because it makes sense. But there's no real rhyme or reason. It's just like, I don't know, there's rarely words in my music, so I can just kind of make it whatever. Let's see. Wanted to ask you this since 2015. Any tips on music production? I got nearly no money and I have simple hardware. If you were in that situation and wanted to make music, how would you do it? You can do anything with just a computer. You don't even really need hardware. Actually, my buddy Aaron, who goes by Flaming Ghostus, is a staunch advocate for just doing what you can with what you have. And if, you know, for example, if you have GarageBand, if you have Ableton, if you have whatever software you have, you can even, you know, this didn't come from me officially, but you can absolutely, you know, pirate or find a crack of software somewhere. I didn't say that, but you can make a full-fledged track just pointing and clicking and using a computer keyboard. It's totally possible. It's going to be a little bit slower, for example, than if, you know, I have all this gear that I've invested in over the years, but you're still going to be perfectly able to. I think it's more about the persistence and the vision than anything else. So, you know, okay, he says he's stuck with Audacity and Fama Tracker. I'm not sure what Fama Tracker is, but so for example, you can get I think it's Reaper for a very low price. I think it's like $69 or something. I would recommend going that route and working with an actual like digital audio workstation, like real software that's made for making music, because Audacity is really like an audio recorder or editor. It's not really much of a digital audio workstation per se. It's not geared towards sequencing and using MIDI. It's going to be very difficult to learn how to use that. I think if you actually are able to save up in any way and look at more serious programs, then I would consider that the main, you know, the primary investment that you have to make, for sure. Okay. When will I drop my sample pack? I have no plans to drop a sample pack, but I might sometime. I don't know. What's up with the Beats 4 LP? No rush. Just curious about the progress. So because sales have been really slow, what we're gonna do is have Chill Hop buy up the rest, and then because Chill Hop Records is hosting them in their store, what we can do is send them to print, and then host them basically on their online store as the online store comes together for Chill Hop. What am I saying? Basically, they're going to be sent out pretty soon, and then the rest of the stock that wasn't originally sold is going to be available online on Chill Hop's record merch store. So just have to confirm that they're sending them to print. Should be sometime in the next week or two, and then they'll go out as soon as they're done being pressed. Okay. Deeb. What's up, Danny? Don't you have a really hard time switching between different tempos and genres? Do you think I'll focus on the up-tempo stuff a bit? No, I feel like I don't know, the chill stuff doesn't quite do it for me anymore. Like, I've just been really into and enjoying the up-tempo stuff, and that's just kind of where my heart and my head is at, so, I almost feel now like it's harder for me to make a chill-out track than it is for me to make a more up-tempo, funky track. It's just kind of what's going on. So I'm doing my best to listen to my heart there and just, follow it and do what I can to make myself feel creatively satisfied. So, it's interesting. It's interesting because I have so many people who are fans, so many of you guys are fans of the chiller stuff that I make, and it's awesome, and I appreciate that, and it's just not necessarily where my head's at right now. I want to make the up-tempo funky stuff, and I've been playing a lot of shows, so perhaps that's why, because the up-tempo stuff just does way better in a live setting. It's a lot more fun. And so, yeah, I've just been affected by all those experiences that I had in New York playing last year, and so that's all I have to say about that. Shave your eyebrows and not listen to music for a whole month. Definitely shave my eyebrows, even though I would be horrifically ugly. One of the few artists that got me hooked in EDM in the 10th grade. First track I heard was Merlot. I want to personally thank you for helping me get through high school with your music. It's my pleasure. Thanks so much for listening. You inspired me. Well, that's awesome. I'm flattered. It's my pleasure. Jan H. I've been awake for 35 hours straight now. Jesus. Listening to your tracks and studying for my finals. Still can't get enough. Had about 100 hours Bureau playtime on Spotify last year. Love your style, mate. Well, thank you so much. That means a lot. I'm really sorry for your sleep schedule, but yeah, I hope you do well in your exams and your finals and everything. So that sounds really intense, but best of luck. Glad you're putting my music on in the background while you do it. Let's see. Aren't you afraid one day you'll get a lot bigger and studio claims you a huge amount for your copyrights? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I mean, that's certainly a concern. So, there's only, there's a lot of things that I can do to prevent that from happening. One of which is chopping up samples to the point where they're not really recognizable by software, and I changed them up so much that, for example, like a company would not be able to claim that I'm infringing on their publishing because my tracks are completely different songwriting. So it's a flimsy defense, I know, but that's what I got. Have I ever thought of streaming, making music for fun on Twitch or YouTube? Yes, absolutely, and I will start actually doing that pretty soon on YouTube. I don't really have much of a following, nor do I know how to use Twitch particularly well, so I'm going to start on YouTube because I've got the bigger audience here, and go from there. Lone Wolf says, I don't know why I put Somber Green as my alarm, because now I get an unpleasant morning feeling when I hear it. That's what happens. Sorry about that, man. I've definitely had songs that I really enjoyed, then set them as my alarm, and then I absolutely despise them every time I hear them from that point forward, so that really stinks. But that's okay. There's more music out there. Hope you find a new track. Do I ever do cinematography for music videos? Not really. I've never actually shot a music video by myself. I don't really have a strong enough command on filmmaking and whatnot at this point, and I'd just rather pay someone who's really good at that and work with them and collaborate with them than just, you know, trying to do everything myself. I think at this point, especially with how much I'm involved in it, it would just be a lot of extra work. Let's see. Fuck yeah, time for Disco Bureaucratic. We'll see. It's all good if you pronounce my name wrong. I acknowledge that it's a made-up word, and you very well could have been saying it wrong the whole time. That's fine. Stay groovy, Izzy. How do I choose my samples? The way I flip some of these tracks are epic. Well, thank you. I choose them by basically filter, like, I don't know. I go record shopping a lot. I dig on YouTube, and there's a couple like blogs. There's like this place called Vinyl Frontier that posts a lot of like obscure music from the past, and I know what kind of instruments and textures that I really like to sample, so I go through them, and then I only really release music where I like to flip, so that's maybe like 1 out of every 10 tracks that I start, I actually put out. So, you know, I would say that, you know, not everything that I start has that level of sort of quality, but, you know, I just try to make sure that I finish those and put them out, and I'm really proud of them. So, yeah. What was my headspace when producing the Replaced EP? Loneliness. It was really, not really a dark time, but it was just a very solitary time for me. I was going to school in New York City, and my family lived in Cape May, New Jersey, which is a beach town, like 3 hours drive away. And I didn't really have that many friends there. I had my family, but we were all working all the time, so it was difficult to kind of feel like I was at home there, but I was forced to be there because I had to work and everything. It's also not where I grew up, so it was just like this totally different place. And it's also a vacation town, which is a strange feeling to just be in a place everyone's there to have fun and like spend money, and like it's like the one time of year that they get to go out with their family and like have a wonderful time, and you're just like, nobody here cares about music, nobody here really cares about what I like. And I'm just, you know, I was serving tables at the time just to make money, and living with my parents, which was a very nice thing that they were able to let me do, and you know, and crash with them. But it was weird because I also had music school that I was going to at the time, and all my friends were like up there in New York, and yeah, so I was just missing that a lot. So I made some of my saddest music at that point in time. And that became the Replaced EP. Love it. Technicyan, so scared of using samples. I mean, don't be necessarily. Don't use them like irresponsibly, but there are many larger artists who are not at great risk right now, and like, you know, just keep an eye on everything. But if you see bigger artists start to fall, then okay, then don't. But for the moment, as long as you're not making like a certain large amount of money, it's literally not worth it for a company to come after you, legally speaking. So just keep that in mind. I mean, again, these are all unofficial opinions and advice because, you know, it's still illegal, but, you know, there are ways that you can work around it that are just, you know, you're gonna be able to protect yourself somewhat if you're smart. Okay. Danny, thank you for the encouragement there, man. It's been interesting, man, to hear everybody's reaction to the more up-tempo stuff, because I have a lot of fans who dig the relaxing shit, and then, you know, I'm really a big fan of the funky up-tempo things now. So it is really difficult to choose when you have people telling you that you should do this, and you realize that, like, you know, your fans are kind of your living in a way, and they're the people that respect you the most, and you don't want to let them down. But at the same time, you have to do what you want to do as an artist, and if you're just making some sort of sound just to appease your fans, it's not going to have the same heart in it as if you were to actually listen to what's guiding you. So I would always say it's best to listen to, you know, what's inside, obviously to a point, but, you know, if things are going well and you're stable with what you're doing and where you're living and all that sort of stuff, and you don't have any like real risk in exploring and experimenting, absolutely go for it. I think it's our duty as artists to be honest with who we are and to put that out into the world. So, got any advice for piano beginners? Practice, practice, practice. Be patient. Learn how to read music. Learn harmony. Learn music theory. It'll get you so much further than just about anything else. Thanks for the love on Lullaby of the Sea. That was a favorite of mine when I made it, and I'm really glad it's been so warmly received. Next live show is going to be in Denver, actually, March 14th. It's a Wednesday. It's a month from Wednesday. I'm playing out in Denver. Just so you know, guys, I got to go in like 5 minutes, so just to put that out there. How did I come up with Birocratic, the name? So my name is Brandon Rowan. So everybody, when I went to NYU, started calling me B-Ro for short, and then so B-Ro became my nickname that everybody calls me. And then I decided to incorporate that into my name, so I made it longer so that I could get like a SoundCloud URL and Twitter URL. So basically made a word out of my nickname, aka B-Ro became Birocratic. But that's why I always refer to myself as B-Ro, and my friends do too. Do I ever write sad songs? Nah, not really. I mean, I have, I guess, but it's just not really what I want to put out there. I don't think I don't like stewing in the creative like space of sadness, at least not right now. I actually much prefer the sort of goofy, bright sort of silliness of the funk music that I've been listening to and making. So that's just kind of where my head's at right now. Is it hard to make music? Yeah, it's pretty difficult. You know, after a while you can develop your routines and you know, things will be easy, but then, you know, I get bored fast of doing the same thing over and over. So it's hard to keep yourself creatively challenged, for sure. Is it hard to make passable music? Probably not. Is it hard to satisfy yourself? I would think a lot of producers I know, and myself included, would say yes, it's very hard to feel creatively satisfied. It's kind of this fleeting thing that we're always chasing. Imane, take care. Thanks for the questions. Zenrock, yo, thanks so much for listening and for being a fan. It's absolutely my pleasure. I'm gonna keep doing this as long as I can. That's awesome. All of you guys are like coming out and saying that you've been listening for years and years. That means so much to me, because I had no idea when I started that it would end up turning out to be not only my main like well, I guess it was always my passion, but I had no idea that it would blossom into something that became my full-time job and give me the opportunity to do this all day, day in and day out. It's amazing, and I feel incredibly blessed. So, Ivan Glass, just because your fans say they like a certain song or style you did doesn't mean you should do anything different unless it's criticism. Just taking it as a compliment in general is fine. That's absolutely true. And I think one of my issues that I over-identify with my music, that's something that I'm working on just on a personal level and an emotional level, is I look at my music that I make as an extension of who I am, and that can be really unhealthy to be super attached to your creative output. So when someone says like, hey, I really like this, I get like personal sort of, I almost get stressed out because I'm like, oh crap, like there's somebody out there who like expects this, and you know, what if there's more, and you know, everybody wants this certain sound, and then I'm just, you know, out here spinning my wheels making music that nobody's gonna listen to, and then my demise begins now. It's like, it really spirals out of control sometimes. So stay on top of your mental health, kiddos. Yeah. Right. Could I talk about Understand? No. Alright. Alright, guys. So, yeah, it's about 6 o'clock. I'm gonna head out. Thanks so much for tuning in. Congrats again to Stefan Blush for winning the sticker tagline competition. I'm gonna be mailing out this little signed guitar pick very shortly, as well as everybody else who has ordered stickers in the past week. They're all gonna be going out tomorrow. So thanks very much. Guys, make sure that you subscribe, although I assume that if you're here already, you are subscribed to my channel. But if not, make sure that you are. And then lastly, I'm going to be doing more of these live streams around making music. My goal is to be doing them once a week, but for the time being, I'm just going to be doing them here and there because I got a lot of stuff going on and a lot of music to prepare for you guys. So that being said, bid you adieu. Happy Monday. Hope you all have a great night. Bye bye.